All right, y'all. So I am back again with another work from home scam. So this here company, in which this is the email in which I applied for this particular job. I believe it was on LinkedIn. And they contacted me back and they wanted to set up an interview, which this right here is the initial email that was sent to set up the interview. Okay. So initially I didn't really think it was nothing because, like I said, I applied for the job on LinkedIn, so I thought it was somewhat legit. I mean, but apparently not. Okay, so let's keep it going. Okay, so initially I was contacted by this lady here. I don't know if she's a real person or it's a fake name, whatever. So if you are not affiliated with this company, I'm so sorry for putting your name out there. But yes, I was initially contacted from this lady, and this was a lady that contacted me in regards to setting up the interview through Teams, through Microsoft Teams, in which, again, I felt like that was a red flag because, yeah. So, but anywho, I set up the interview for Thursday the 25th at 10 o'clock. Now, when I set up the interview, yeah, it was a mess. It was so unorganized. So that was another red flag for me, okay? But let's keep it going. Okay, so after finally getting through to someone on the Teams app, yeah, they were emailing me like, yeah, we're trying to get in contact with you, blah blah blah, woo woo woo. The young lady that I talked to, her name was Janessa Hampton. Like I said, if you are not affiliated with them, I'm sorry for dropping your name, but anywho, your name's being dropped. So she said one thing, and then she was like, okay, well, we're going to send you some online interview questions to gauge. These questions are designed to gauge your skill and give us an idea of your approach, and test relevant to the online chat specialist, blah, 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 remote position. Okay, now these questions, I'm not going to post those because those questions didn't really have anything to do with the job per se. But let's keep it going. And that was another red flag. But let's keep it going. Okay, so after answering those questions, and then I got a email in regards to a guy that's supposed to call me back, some guy named Leonardo, some. He has an Italian, he's Italian. So I'm like, okay, why did you feel as though the need to tell me that he's Italian? He's gonna call and ask me a couple of more questions. And he did. He called, but I didn't answer the phone. And then the next day, they emailed me and was like, oh, he tried to get in contact with you, blah, blah, blah. They wanted to ask you some more questions. Okay, so I finally got in contact with him on Friday. He called on Friday, and he asked me these questions, but it was like, his voice sounded like somebody was distorting their voice, like somebody kidnapped somebody and they called them, holding them, ransom them, but they was distorting their voice. It was kind of weird. I was like, yeah, telling my husband, yeah, something ain't right with this. But yeah, we gonna go ahead and just see it through. But yeah, all right, this was the congratulations letter. Okay. Okay, so this was the congratulations letter saying that I was accepted for the position, blah blah blah, and they'll be emailing me a employee offer letter, yada yada yada, and all that good stuff. So I'm like, okay, but something just didn't seem right, and I kept telling my husband, I was like, something ain't right. I don't think it's right. He was like, well, what do you think? And I'm like, something just ain't right. They ain't asked no money yet. They ain't asked no personal information. Nothing that I haven't already put on LinkedIn, like my name and address and phone number and email address. But they haven't asked for any personal information yet, like bank account, none of that stuff. So yeah, I'm still trying to see. Okay, but anywho, let's keep it going. All right, so this is the email address that they were communicating with me from. And as you can see, the name of the company is CTS. Coast Science, okay? So when I looked them up, I found the website, and like I said, she sent me the website. I even looked and Googled myself. It is a legit company. But if you also notice, look at the address, look at the domain name. It says seascoastscience.com. Now, there is an extra S, okay, between the A and the C, and the legit company does not have an S. It has Sea Coast, not Seas Coast, okay? So this is the way that these scammers can trick us into believing that it is from a legitimate company. So pay attention, you guys. Like I say, I didn't initially peep this until after just thinking about it, and then it was confirmed when I saw it on Reddit that something wasn't right. But yeah, let's keep going. Okay, yeah. So this was the email that I got from the young lady that I was chatting with. I guess her name was Janessa. So anywho, they sent like a screening in it test interview question, part of this the interview process or whatever, and it's supposed to gauge my skills or whatever. It was like 15 questions, and those questions did not relate to the job at hand. So again, that was another red flag. And I was like, when I tell y'all I bullshitted on these questions, I was answering. I mean, I answered some of the like common sense stuff, like my name and that stuff like that. But other answers, I was bullshitting because I was like, what does this have to do with it? I think one of the questions was like, are you on any hard drugs or some shit like that? And I'm like, who says hard drugs? Like, that's kind of weird. But anywho, let's keep it going. Yeah, these scammers be working overtime. Okay, so this was the email that I was sent after she reviewed the questionnaire, whatever, and she mentioned this guy, Mr. Leonardo, is Italian, and he has been a part of our hiring team for 5 years. And we assure you, if you are hired at the end of the process, you will enjoy working with us and will want to stay with the company for many years. What struck me odd was that why are you telling me that he's Italian? Are you trying to, like, that was kind of odd to me. Like, why are you telling me that this guy is Italian? What does that have to do with the price of tea in China? Like, why? But I realized after getting off the phone with him that it was supposed to mask his voice, because his voice sound really robotic. Like I said, like if you're being, like a kidnapper is trying to mask their voice or some shit like that, and they trying to demand ransom. That's how the shit sounds to me. I'm just saying. Mean, they really, really tried it, because even like I said, this guy called me that evening and I didn't answer the phone because I normally have my phone on do not disturb, and if I don't know the number and if you're not on my special list, you're not getting through. So she emailed me Friday, this past Friday, and was like, oh, we tried to reach you. The hiring team tried to reach you at the phone number on your resume, blah, blah, blah. And they kept going to voicemail. What's the best time to call you again? So again, they were still I mean, I was like, okay, it was somewhat kind of like, maybe this could be a legitimate job. But at the same time, it was just something that just was not right with the guy's voice. Like I told my husband, it sounded very robotic. It didn't sound like it was no Italian accent or whatever. It didn't even sound like it was an accent of any whatever, but I don't know. It sounded really robotic, like somebody was masking their voice. So that was like another thing that kind of like red flag. Okay. And then I just noticed with this email, it was sent by J. Hampton, as y'all saw at the top, but it was signed. The signature is from A. Eggleston or Eggleston, whatever her name is. So how is it being sent from one person, but it's signed, the signature is another person? They was trying to run game on your girl. Like, fucking scammers, scamming those scammers. Get a job. Get a real job. And here, as you notice, as you can see where it says the online chat specialist with C Coast Science Incorporated, there's no S between the A and the C. So yes, fraudulent. So anywho, this was the employee offer letter. and that I'm supposed to electronically sign and email it back to them and all that good stuff. And then I'm supposed to follow up with this girl, Janessa, on MS Teams for further instructions on the new hire paperwork. So yeah, this is probably when she was going to be like, okay, so now we're going to get your equipment and we're going to send you a check. You're going to deposit into your account and then you're going to withdraw the money and then you're going to buy your equipment from our vendor and da 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 da. And that's how they get you. That's how they get you guys. So y'all just be careful. Just be mindful. Like, these scammers are working overtime. This actually looked pretty legit initially, but it just was something wasn't right. Something was not right. Okay. So just be vigilant. Okay. All right, and this is another person name that I wasn't in communication with. So all in all, I was in communication with maybe like as far as like email and talking to people via the messaging, and the guy, the Italian guy, she said. It was probably like 4 different people. I don't know who this lady is, Laura, but yeah, I'm putting your name out there too. Hopefully you're not associated with this scamming company, but yeah, they're using your name if you're not. If you're not a part of this scam, they're using your name, honey. So, yeah. But that just goes to show you just how these scamming things work and how they just add layers and layers and layers on it to make it look somewhat legit to a person that's, probably really, really in need of a job. And they're like, yeah, I'm okay. I'm going to do this and all this other stuff. Like, it's just crazy. And they just need to find something else to do because they just scamming people. But anywho, this is the employment offer letter right here where they sent it to me today. It was emailed to me today. And I'm supposed to start working on the 12th of February. And as you can see, with the name of the company, it is no S in between the A and C. So they slip up. It's some signs that you'll see if you really, really paying attention. It's some signs. And one of the things especially when your job have you taking cybersecurity class and stuff like that, it's little stuff like that they do that they don't think that you're going to notice that you probably should notice. And honestly, for real, initially I did not notice that. I did not notice that in the email address. But then when I went back and I was like, yeah, that's when I noticed it. And then, like I said, it was confirmed on Reddit about the extra S in the name. And when you go to the website, it does not have an extra S. Okay. And again, this is the letter. Okay, and just to make note, the name at the bottom, he's supposed to be the president, in which I did go onto LinkedIn and he is listed. They do have a page on LinkedIn. He is listed as the president. This guy's name, Lewis, however you say his last name. He is listed as the president. So, yeah. But as far as like if you go onto their page on LinkedIn and you go to the job section, there are no jobs available. And all these other people names are not on the LinkedIn site. So, yeah. Y'all just be careful out here because these scammers just going to be scamming and they just going to continue to scam, okay? Keep your head in the swivel. I'm exposing this shit. But anywho, it's your girl, Taz. Peace. All right, so one last thing. This is the Google search of the company, Seco Science, and this is the website. And as I stated before, it is a legitimate company, but as you saw, there is no S in between the A and the C. And like I said, it's a legitimate website. Okay. All right. And then I'm going to go to the careers. And as you see, no current open position. And they also talk about the scam. So y'all, if y'all feel as though that when you're applying for a job and this sounds too good to be true, do some extra research. Because yeah, these scammers out here is working hard to just scam us out of our little good hard-earned money. And it's just so sad. And I'm just so sick of these fools. Like, come on now. Like, really. So do your due diligence in looking and investigating, going further into these work from home jobs, because they is out here scamming folks, y'all. And this is the LinkedIn page, the company's LinkedIn page. And as you can see, the website, and yep. And then no jobs. Okay. And also you'll see that the guy's name, Lewis, he's the president that signed the thing. So yeah, be cautious, y'all. All right. Peace.